Do either of you have any good shark stories that happened either before the filming, during, or after?
I think shark stories. I don't have any shark stories. I just have a tremendous respect for sharks. You know, I think that they're prehistoric animals. They're beautiful. They have a tremendous importance to the sea. You know, the life of the sea. The I don't know what's the word I want.
The
but
ecosystem.
The ecosystem of the ocean. And I know that they're quickly becoming extinct because we're killing about 100 million of them a year for their fins, for soup. And for sport, you know, and it's so when we think of the predator of the sea, really the biggest predator of the sea is man.
And what's interesting about this film is that the sharks aren't being hunted; it's the people who are being hunted. And I feel like there's a kind of poetic justice to the idea that the sea, the sharks, the environment will bite back if we don't treat it with the proper respect. So yeah.
There's a scene in the film where the two sisters are 47 meters down, they're in a precarious situation, and one confesses to the other that they were competitive. I'm wondering, for the two of you in real life, has anyone ever confessed to you that they were competitive in regards to an acting career? And how you took that? Because it could be a compliment, it could make you competitive.
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
A really good question. I know that the most successful actors that I've worked with, I won't have to name any names, that they can be very friendly and cooperative, and then once they put the clapper and say action, they would step on your throat to beat you in a scene. And it was so funny to me because the education that I received when I was studying to be an actor was that you play with one another, that you're scene partners, that if I'm a good tennis player and the person that I'm playing against is not very good, what I have to do is try to improve their game, because I'm not going to be able to have a good game and show you how good a player I am if the other player can't hit the ball back to me. So if I'm just smashing the ball and making the person run all over the place, it's not going to work. That you want to try to make the scene as best as possible.
I'll name a name. You know, when we got to set, everyone's nervous and excited, and you don't know what to expect. And literally the moment I met Matthew, he just put us, and you don't know what to expect. He put us all at ease, and we talked about this, like that he had this way of making us feel like we were being looked out for, and being cared for, and that, when the camera was on us, he was going to be there for us, making sure that we got our best performances out. But then also that when we're going out into the ocean, we're doing these scuba diving things and so on, that someone's actually watching to make sure things are being done safely. And Matthew has just so much experience, and we really just all remarked on how much of, maybe it was, well, it's definitely you, but also the character as being the captain in the film. He took the responsibility of making sure that we were looked out for, and we owe you a tremendous thanks for that, because it really made our work better. It really did.
Thank you.
So how is a role like this offered to either one of you? Do you have to audition, or do you just get a call one day?
Well, I have to audition. I don't know. I don't think Matthew has to audition anymore, especially after, all the great films you've done. But I did a series of auditions, and my final audition was actually a Skype session with the director Johannes, and I just happened to be in Yosemite at the time with my mom, and it was a trip we'd been planning for months, so I couldn't bail on it. And they said, okay, well, we'll Skype you in from Yosemite. So I was there with, the mountains in the background, and the forest around me, just, reading these lines and doing this kind of like scuba stuff, and it was just the funniest audition I've ever had, and and it somehow clicked and worked, and then the next thing you know, I was in the Dominican.
I remember you talking about that in the Dominican Republic.
Matthew?
They sent the script, and it's always flattering, for somebody to think of you for their film and send you the script and ask you to participate. And the reason I wanted to do this one just because my father was a drive-in theater manager, and these were the kind of films that my dad really enjoyed playing at the movie, because it was such an audience pleaser, that they love this kind of movie, like a great summer movie that is filled with all of the elements of a horror film, but without the supernatural aspects to it, So I wish my dad were alive to see it, because I know he'd really love this movie. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Okay, thanks guys.
All right, thank you.